all senior government officials, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. With profound honor, I stand before this joint session of our National Assembly, a parliament that embodies the will of Nigerian people. Today, as I enter this grand edifice built from the sweat and toil of our democratic yearning, my heart stirred. It was a blend of accomplishment and resolve. I felt a sense of collective accomplishment when I realized how far we had come as a nation. Since 1999, democracy has risen from the ashes and destitution of military rule to take its original rightful place as the only mode of governance of resilient and beloved people. With every footstep I took through this hallowed hall up to the moment I now stand before you, I remember that we still have so much and a lot for that to go. To achieve this progress, we sought an elective office to lead this nation forward. Thus, I hereby affirm before you, our merciful and almighty God, and all men, and resolve to do all that I could do to safeguard and build our democracy as the divine hand intend for us to do. Since 2018, we have celebrated Democracy Day on this day to commemorate the sacrifices of the men and women who fought to restore democratic governance to Nigeria. Let me pay tribute to my predecessor, a former President Muhammadu Buhari, for reaching back into history to rectify a national misdeed by making June 12th Democracy Day and by officially acknowledging Chief M.K. Abiola and his running mate Babagana Kingibe as the victors and the duly elected president and first president, respectively, of Nigeria after June 12, 1993 election. Year by year, election after election, every time we debate instead of battle, we discuss instead of fight, and argue instead of destroy. We preserve the institution of democracy. More importantly, we weave the culture of democracy into the fabric of our nation. We thank God for this. Whilst Chief M.K. Abiola is June 12th central figure, we must not forget the long list of those who equally deserve to be called heroes of democracy. We must celebrate the courage of Alhaja Kudirat Abiola and Pa Arfe Rewani, both of whom were murdered by agents of military repression. We also remember the many civil rights activists, journalists, and politicians imprisoned, exiled, tossed aside, tortured, and beaten by the military regime. We remember Chief Anthony Enoro, Commander Dan Suleiman, Chief Abraham Adesanya, Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Gani Fawemi, Balarabe Musa, Ganiu Daudu, the journalist Baguda Kato, and Commodore Ndibusi Kanu. I mention these names not to exclude or degrade the profound contribution of anyone else, but to illustrate through these few heroes the universality of our pursuit of democracy. The struggle was never the province of any one group or section of the country. It was pan-Nigeria in its conception, and it will even be more pan-Nigeria as we strive to perfect it. It is fitting that I come to this chamber, to you. You are the authors of the People's Law, and I must be their faithful implementer. While we may not always agree, we must forge a way to work together, because this is what democracy demands of us. I pledge myself to this cooperation and ask that you do the same for the good people of our country. Mr. Chairman, the National Assembly has acted to uphold democratic ideas at every critical moment in our nation's history. In 2006, the Fifth National Assembly protected our democracy against a seemingly third-term bid that would have ripped our constitution apart. In 2010, the National Assembly, through the doctrine of necessity, opened the door for then Vice President Goodluck Jonathan to become the acting president following the illness of his predecessor. Even under the military, the National Assembly tried to protect our democracy. After General Abacha took over power on November 17, 1993, and dissolved the National Assembly, some of us, led by Senator Ame Ebute, the Senate President of the Third Republic, defied the General and his goons, and we reconvened Old Parliament Building in Lagos and declare that regime illegal. We had the courage to do so, the determination to reinstate democracy, but we were jailed for our defiance. On behalf of a grateful nation, I commend your invaluable role in lawmaking, oversight, and constituency representation. At this point, I plead for your indulgence so that I may put a terrible rumor to bed. To those who ring the alarm that the APC is intent on a one-party state, I offer you a most personal promise. While your alarm may be as a result of your panic, it rings an error. At no time in the past, nor any instance in the present, and at no future junction, shall I view the notion of one-party state as good for Nigeria. I've never attempted to alter any political party registration with INEC. Equally, my dear friends and colleagues, we cannot blame anybody seeking to bail out of a sinking ship, even without a life jacket. Look at my political history. I will be the last person to advocate such a scheme. In year 2003, when the then governing party tried to sweep the nation clean of political opposition through plot and manipulation, I was the last progressive governor standing in my region. In their numbers, they boasted. In all their numbers and the false grandeur, they boasted of ruling, not only governing Nigeria, for the next half century or more. Where are they now? Yet I stood alone. My allies had been induced into defeat. My adversary held all the cards that mortal man could carry. Even with all of that, they could not control my destiny and could not control our national destiny, because fate is written from the above. A greater power did not want Nigeria to become one-party state back then. Nigeria will not become such a state now. Join me as we enter the second half of our term to put forth innovative legislation that further encourages industrial development and job creation in our urban centers, while also drafting laws that improve food security and production. To further underpin our economic vision, we introduced a competitive tax reform package, a vital component of our economic re-engineering. I am deeply grateful to both chambers of this House for your thorough consideration and deliberation of these bills, and I look forward to signing them into law soon. Again, your collaboration across party lines on these bills has been a model of democratic partnership. You are great. As elected leaders, we must continue to do more to make real the dream of Nigerian political and economic democracy. We must be vigilant in expanding the political space. We must always value dialogue over dictatorship, persuasion over suppression, and rights over might. With be tolerant and broad-minded in our legislative action regarding speech and civil liberty. Do not be afraid to bear an unkind word spoken against you. Some of the best advice a politician gets sometimes comes from his most ferocious opponents, if they think well, though. We do not seek silence, because the imposed silence of repressed voices may breed chaos and ill will. Not the harmonic of democracy in the long term. While malicious slander and libel should not go unattended, no one should bear the brunt of injustice for merely writing a bad report about me or call me names. Democracy requires a fair degree of tolerance for harsh words and stinging insults, particularly when they are pained because of their losses. Call me any name. I'm not here to make you happy. politically, and I will still call upon democracy to defend your right to do so. Mr. Senate President, Mr. Speaker, distinguished senators and honorable members, our nation is not perfect, but it is strong. Our democracy is not invincible, but it is alive. And this means our dream of a prosperous, happy nation is still within reach and worth fighting for. Mr. Chairman, Nigeria is at an inflection point, undergoing structural and fundamental change towards a secure future. Our administration is fully committed to boosting the economy and productive base through investment in critical infrastructure, roads, expansion of port operations, rail, and power. We are creating a new environment in which industry and manufacturing can thrive. Our tax and fiscal policy reform will streamline taxes, administration, and eliminate burdensome or multiple taxes, enabling our industrialists and entrepreneurs to operate in a more conducive environment. Governors must work to deliver value to the people. As part of our tax reform, we have provided small businesses with an exemption of tax, established the Office of Tax Ombudsman, and ensure transparency and protect airports, track performance, and reduce waste. The diaspora's bond and non-resident BVN are bringing Nigerian abroad into national development fold. In line with my promise during the New Year address to the nation, I recently appointed the board of directors of the newly established National Credit Guarantee Company. The company backed with 100 billion naira in an initial capital. With the Bank of Industry, BOI, which, by the way, is performing very well in supporting SMEs, next year, Credit Corp and Murphy as stakeholders. BOI will play a significant role in transforming the nation's industrial landscape and reducing corruption. National security is the foundation of peace and progress. We have intensified security operations to reclaim communities from criminals and terrorists. We are better at coordinating intelligence and interagency cooperation. It has proved well for us. Our eyes are safer now, and we invest in technology and training to secure every inch of this country. Let's take this opportunity to thank the men and women of our armed forces for their bravery in service of the nation, their selfless dedication to protecting our sovereignty and ensuring the safety of citizens to serve an inspiration to us all. As we celebrate the progress of our democracy, we must not forget the pivotal role they play in safeguarding our freedom. For their courage and commitment, they deserve not only our gratitude, but also our continued support, prayers, and recognition. May God continue to keep our men and women safe. Fellow compatriots, Our achievements are not the work of one man. They are the result of a collective effort to make possible the Nigerian dream. Yet the journey is not over. We must work even harder to translate broad macroeconomic gains into tangible improvement in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. We must stay the course, reject cynicism, and believe Nigeria can and will rise again. As we mark a 26th year of unbroken democracy, it is right to honor those who have made sacrifices in the past, braving all odds and the guns to ensure we have a regime of democracy in our country. In this light, I announce the conferment of posthumous honors of CAFR on Kudirat Abiola. The heroine of our June 12th struggle. I also confer posthumous honor on Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, GCFR, and Professor Humphrey Nwosu, CON, Admiral Kanu, CON, Balarabe Musa, CFR, Paul Alfred Iwani, CFR, Bagabda Kato, OON, Shimaubani, OON, Dr. Bekora Samkuti, CON, Alao Akabasorum, CON, Chief Franco Kori, CON, Ima Ezeazu, Bamin, COON, Bamindele Aturu, OON, Frederick Fashim, CON, Professor Festus Iyayi, CON, Dr. John Yimasen, OON, Alaja Sawaba Gambo, CON, Dr. Edwin Madunagu, CON, Dr. Alex Ibru, CON, Shibola Ige, CFR, Ruben Fasoranti, CFR, Senator Ayo Fasami, CON, Senator Polycarp Nwite, CON, and Dr. Nuruddin Olowokoko, CON. I also have the honor to confer on Professor Wole Soyinka, GCON, Professor Olatunji Dare, CON, the journalist and journalism teacher, Kunle Ajibade, OON, Noza Igebo, Dr. Olonyomi, Bayo Nanuga, CON, Ayo Obe, Oni, Dare Babarinsa, CON, Bishop Mazi Azam Kuka, CON, Senator Sonny Shehu Sani, CON, Governor Basani, CON, Barrister Femi Falana, SAN, CON, Professor Shafidin Namowo, CON, Owe Lakemfa, OON, Barrister Luke Aganenu, OON, Senator Tokunbo Afikuyomi, CON, Labra Maku, OON, Kayode Komolafe, OON, Dr. Tuji Alausa, OON, Honorable Abdul Oro, OON, Odia Mfem, OON, Sheye Kinde, CON, Barrister Felix Muka, CON, Barrister Ledumite, CON, Honorable Olawale Osun, CON, Dr. Amos Akingba, CON, Professor Segun Gbadegesin, CON, Obolaji Akinyemi, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, CFR, Dr. Kayode Sonoeke, CON, Julius Iyanbere, CON. Lieutenant General Ikuola Alani Akinriyade, retired, GZON. Professor Bayo Williams, CON. Senator Abu Ibrahim, CFR. Senator Ame Bute, CFR. Additionally, I confer the national honor of CON on Uncle Sam Amuka Pemo, a legendary journalist and the publisher who remained true to his lifetime calling as he marks his 90th birthday tomorrow, June 13th. Furthermore, I also confer posthumous national honor on Ken Saro-Wiwa, CON. He was the leader of Goni 9 with his fellow travelers, Sunday Dobby, OON, Nodu Emo, OON, Daniel Boko, OON, Paul Levera, OON, Felix Owete, OON, Barbobera, OON, Barian Kobel, OON, John Kupen, OON. I shall also be exercising my prerogative of mercy under the prerogative of mercy to grant these national heroes a full pardon. Together with other names that shall be announced later in the conjunction with the National Council of State. Finally, it is my great privilege to now decorate the presiding officers of this National Assembly with the national honor earlier announced. Presiding officers, so please. Senate President. With the pen. Yes, sir. Really, that's the thing about it.
Excellency. Thank you very much. Deputy Senate President.
The Deputy Senate President.
Thank you, sir.
That of Prof will come later. In conclusion, let us rededicate ourselves to the ideal of June 12. Freedom, transparency, and accountable government. Social justice, active citizen participation, and a just society where no one is oppressed. We must strive harder to hand over a banner to our children and grandchildren without stain. Happy Democracy Day, and may God continue to bless Federal Republic of Nigeria and protect our troops. God bless you all. Thank you.